Well, I got the headlight out. Looks like this fender here, or this headlight bucket, was crunched pretty good. I see a crack in it here. They've done some body work on it. And I can see why the fender's loose. This bracket don't have any bolts in it at all. But it looks like I'm able to get to some of this out here with a body hammer. And looks like my light here, I can't really tell what that is in there. It might be just clips that are holding this in at this point. At least I can see how it's hooked up. I'm going to go ahead and take a body hammer and a dolly and see if I can straighten this out a little. Well, I didn't have a whole lot of luck with that. I got it, some of it out. These big dents I just couldn't get to. That fender braces right there, and I couldn't get up in here on this lip. I'm gonna have to pull this valance off of here. For now, I'm just gonna try to put a thin skin of bondo over this, and down to about where that light is, just to see how much is going on. It's a lot of work to take that fender off just for a couple little places. So that's kind of the best I can get it through here without taking the whole thing out or off. I'll take a look at it and see what it looks like and decide then whether I want to pull that fender or just try to fix it as it is. It looks like a fairly thin layer of bondo. I maybe got a couple tablespoons there. And it looks like it's gonna straighten it out. I've got some right in here and right in there that I need to fix. But it didn't take hardly any bondo at all. I'll let that dry and give it a sand. But I think I'm going to be alright with this. I can probably work on that bottom fender. You can see down in there that I can probably get to it, some of it anyway. But I think this is going to fix the top good enough. We'll see once I sand it. Well, it didn't turn out too bad. Got a few low spots in it here, a few high spots that I can tack down. Probably about 10 minutes of sanding here. But didn't take too long to get it down. and I don't have very much to do. I think that'll be good enough. I'll have to take this light out and work on getting that body line in there, straighten this edge up. But look like this big old 3/8 inch bondo piece is pretty much gone. It's a nice curve to it. Matches up there. So even though I wasn't able to get it as good as I wanted, I think that's plenty good enough to finish it up and put a nice paint job on it. It's getting cold out here, so I'm gonna call it quits for the day. Alright, I was able to take out this light. It has a little chrome piece here, snaps in, and then a couple screws hold it in. Get to it pretty easy from the other side. I'm going to start working on this bottom dent here. I put a piece of tape on there where the body line's supposed to go. I looked up under there and it looks like there's I can unbolt a panel, splash panel, and I can probably fix this. But for right now, I'm trying to see what I can do about cleaning this up. First thing, I'm going to take a wire wheel and I'll just heat this up real quick and knock all this paint off. Try to clean it up. A wire brush just kind of cleaned that all up. I'm going to work on this light hole here. I can probably get to it with my body hammer and just see if I can straighten this out better than it is. Well, let's give it a go. If this is long enough, my body hammer ain't gonna reach. I can just make it right here to the edge of the hole. Looks like I can maybe get that one out. Left-handed. I'm not very good left-handed. Well, this is looks like it's 3 7/16 bolts here. 2 of them with a long socket. I think I'm about done here. Nose looks like it'll come right off. Yep. Something's holding it. Well, it's hitting the bunker here. Yeah, looks like it's right in here and there. So I don't know if I can get this off without taking the bumper off or not. I haven't really looked here. The bumper's got to be taken off and straightened anyway. Got a lot of bend in there, and something's going on with this valence. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, see, this is touching right here, and you can see over there it's like 3/4 of an inch down. So bumper's got to come off. I wasn't really planning on that, but we'll see what happens. Well, I had this bumper off before. I forgot about that. See, it's got 2 bolts in it. So I dropped it down, and this nose come off pretty easy. Got a lot of dirt in here. I'm gonna try to clean this up best I can and spray some of that rust converter on it. Yeah, but at least I can get my body hammering here a little better, and hopefully I can knock some more of these dents out right here in the corner. Straighten that up. Well, got about 1/8 of an inch of bondo on here. Back to the bondo scraper. Pretty much got all of it off. Probably can't even see it with all the vibration. Alright, got all of that bondo off of there. The curve don't really look that bad. You can feel a lot of dents and stuff in it. They just didn't really try to do this very well. I'm going to compare it to the other fender over there. The first I'm going to just knock out all the obviously high and low spots, and it looks like this lip was curved down, and it looks like they might have welded it right there. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. Just a lot of pounding with a hammer. Well, I can see they did quite a bit of brazing. I got about an inch lip in there. That's why they didn't pull this out. Looks like this piece has got to come out some. I'm pretty sure that that should be flat straight across there. That's what I'm going to try to do, is just knock that corner out and see if I can get it a little better. And I got it somewhat better. See the nose piece there. If I hold it in flat, I got a pretty good gap right there. And this is still way low. I tried to reach up in here with a pry bar and lift it up. Let's see if I can set you up on that. Maybe you can see it. This tripod's not very good. Yeah. I've got a bent bar here. You can reach up under that lip. I'm really not able to lift it too much. It is coming up. Still, it's really low right here. And this hole for this nose piece right here looks like it's out too much. Try to bring that in a little. Looks like that whole fender is going to have to come down, or the hole go up. You can see right here that the hood is not matching at all, and it's pretty straight along there. And the outside of this lip, it looks like it's pretty good. This corner is right in this area right here, and it's too high right there. I don't know if I can pound that down or not. Use something behind it and see if I can straighten this area right here. It looks good on the fender. This angle right here, I'm going to try to take it down. Now it looks like this fender lip here is bolted down to an extension, and that's solid into the thing behind the headlight. And it looks like this has also been caved in. Here's this side, it's supposed to be straight. Yeah. Looks like they just filled this edge with bondo. I'm going to try to grind that out of there and see what it looks like. Well, it looks like they did try to fill it up with bondo, and it looks like they've brazed it. Now I don't know if this I think this edge is bent in. See, this one's straight right here. Now I don't know what'll happen if I pull this edge out straight. If it's gonna pull the fender in. But I can't leave it like that. I got the edge of the fender real straight, at least compared to the hood. Yeah, pretty much a 1/4 inch all the way here and an 1/8 here. Looks like this section could come over a little. Somehow I got to keep that top edge straight. And knock this bottom out. And I've got a kink right here. Means that this has been bent up, and over here this other fender's straight. Well, I'm gonna see if I can reach up under there with something and kind of try to knock this edge flat again. I was able to get a pry bar and take my bumper bolt out, or my fender bolt, and looks like this was broken right here. They never welded it. And I kind of finished it off. But I think I can just keep working on this and I can get that edge to come back this way some. Maybe with I could weld something to it and jerk it out. I'll keep working on this and try to get that edge straight, and then I'll see what I can do about fixing that crack. Well, I was able to heat it up with a torch and get a little pair of channel locks up under there. I've got it bent kind of straight. You can see his whole fender's all warped now. I doubt if the hood will close, but we're probably way too high. Actually, we're not. Looks like this bottom part could even go up higher. It's going to come down when I straighten it. Well, doing this one-handed is not easy. Well, I'm not going to be able to do much with this because they brazed it on. So about all I can do now is get this lip beat back straight, and I may have to fill this part with bondo because it ain't going nowhere. But I think I can get all this fender lip straight now. I can put an iron in there and a hammer and straighten that out. Well, that's actually not too bad. Looks like that bottom lip might need to come up a little rather than the fender go down anymore. But this one's got a gap in it, and that one will have a little gap. And I think we're okay there. Have to do something about that fender lip right there, or the bowl hole. I'm not sure what. And the weld is crack up. Let's see what this. Get my bumper out of here. Let's see what the hood looks like. Yeah, well, that's come down some. And this still looks way too high. That was what I was originally trying to go for. I'm gonna put me a piece of wood on this and see if I can knock it down. It looks like it's coming up way too high right here. Yeah, this is a smooth curve away, and this thing's a big lump up. Yeah, this is all smooth all the way back. So it looks like this whole area right here has got to come down. I'll see what I can do about just starting to hammer it down. Maybe this will pick up this outside here. Just go at it with a hammer and anvil and see how close I can get it. Well, I put a good fender washer in it, robbed one from back there, but this looks pretty straight. Right up to this area, and that's where my crack is. So I'm gonna weld that area. And I did a little pounding with I just used a curved body dolly on this and hammered it down a little, and I got it pretty straight to the fender. Looks like it can go down a little more, but I want to get this welded first, and it looks like I can don't like that high spot right there, but that's the way it goes. Try to knock that one down a little. I may have to cut it and weld it, put this nose on it and see what it looks like. No, it's fitting the nose real good right now. So I don't need to knock that down anymore. Maybe just a little. Anyway, I'm going to weld this first. We'll see what I got after that. Alright, I got that welded up, ground down. Feels good. Got a little low spot right there, but the crack was way back here. So I'm going to leave that because this is going to get covered with filler anyway. So I think this is good for this part. I'll play around here with a little more on this. Looks like I have a little high spot right there. I'll try to knock that down. The rest of this is low. I can't do anything about it because there's a lip inside here about that big. I can't really get to it. and I'll have my edges good here. I'm going to lay a straight edge on here, but I'm going to have to put a skin of bondo on that to clean it up and make it look like that one to start with. So it's got to be straight all the way. They pounded it in and welded it to that inner brace. I can't do anything about that except fill it. But I think this is pretty good for what I got. I'll just knock this down a little, and I'll try to put a thin skin of bondo on this whole thing. Kind of see where I'm at. It looks like some of the brazing was broke loose in here. I really can't get to it, but I've cleaned a place off here. I can weld. We've got a crack here right on the corner. I think I can kind of fill this whole area with weld. And once I get that done, I can kind of pound that back a little bit and maybe weld it right in here. And that should strengthen this. They really didn't do a very good job here. Obviously it broke loose, but looks like my curve's pretty good there. Anyway, I'll fire up the welder again and see if I can strengthen this area. The rest of it, they did a pretty good job. I might put a little weld right in there on this. I'll have to put my nose piece on before getting too carried away about welding stuff. You got some cracks. I finished this one up good. There's a crack here, crack there. Welded this one good on the back. There's a crack right there, crack right here. So I welded them up, welded this up, and then I covered it with some of this rust converter. I'll go ahead and grind this off now. See what it looks like, and grind that one off. Looks like everything else is lower than what the headlight trim is going to cover. I got my lip on it. I got it pretty straight here. I've got a little place right there, but if I knock it back, it just comes up. And this is fairly straight down this side. Yeah, I got a little right in there. I'll try to work on it a little more. It's going to be hard to get it. That's about as good as I can get it right there. I've got it straight there for like 6 inches. And it's straight over there. Straight down the side. Got this area that I have to fill. So I guess what I'll do is tighten this piece back up on as straight as I can get it, and then fill this whole section here with bondo, and then take this back off and make the lip go straight down and then just play with it a little. But the first thing I got to do is get a surface that's the same shape as this. Well, I threw a coat on it. Really wasn't that thick. Right in the front it was, of course. I didn't really mix enough to do my edge over here, but it's looks like it's pretty straight. I'll let that harden up a bit and knock it down with some 40 grit, and then I'll mix a thin batch up and see if I can skim it and cover some more of that back and back until I can see how I'm doing on my radius. Just from that, right now it looks pretty good. This one here didn't take very much at all. It's getting cold again, so it looks like that would be my day's work if I can get this finished up with a final skim coat. Well, there it is. It's all matching good. I've got to bring this up a little for the hood. This side here looks good. I've got this valence dead perfect. It's lining up with the hood right there. I did put a little in here. I got to straighten this edge out. But this is all sanded down with 80 grit. And it's like a fine skim coat here to tie into the rest of that. And this will match real good all the way around. Once I break off this nose piece, I can use that edge there to make this lip straight. But basically that's a done deal. I believe it took all day again to do 2 square feet, but it's all in and solid. And I need to straighten that bumper out and figure out what's going on with that. And I still have a little bit of more work right here in the front, but I salvaged the front of this bumper. It looks good. Yeah, it's going to be real nice. I guess I could just mold those pieces in, but I hate to do that because you get a crack and they're not stocked that way, so I'll just clean them up and bolt them back on, and it'll be good to go. And tomorrow I'll get to work on this crooked bottom piece and try to put some of this back together. anyways, it's enough video to upload a little something to the channel. So if you like this, you learn anything, please hit like and subscribe. It'll help me out eventually, and hopefully you learn something.